Today, I'm gonna explain the different styles of knot tying and discuss its purposes. The first one is the overhand knot, which is very quick and easy to tie. It is commonly used for tying packages. The next one is the two half hitches, which is required to be tied tightly to secure packages. The third one is the half hitch, which is used to temporarily fasten a rope to an object. Now, the fourth one is the reef knot, which is used to tie the two ends of a single rope pieces together, so it can be secured in its position in line with the object. It's the figure of 8 knot, which is used as a stopper knot. The next one is the sheet bend, and it is widely used for joining two ropes of different diameters. Now, the taut line hitch, which is used as an adjustable knot when the length of a line will need to be periodically adjusted in order to remain its tension.
In this video, I present to you the remaining knots shown in the 03 handout 1. It had a round turn and two half hitches. It is a type of knot that is used to secure a cord or line or rope to a fixed object like a tree. Next is the glove hitch, which is another way to fasten a rope to a post. Next is the timber hitch. It is used to secure a rope around a post or any cylindrical object. In line is the highwayman's hitch. It is used to tie a boat to a mooring, ring, or an animal to a rail or post. We'll move on to the next type of knot, which is the ship shank. The ship shank is a simple knot useful for temporarily shortening a rope. It can be used to strengthen a rope at its weak point by placing the weak part in the middle between the two loops. Then we have the bowline knot, which makes a reasonably secure loop at the end of a piece of rope. Lastly, we have the trackers knot. This knot is used to make a rope very tight, such as to secure an object to a vehicle.
Alpine butterfly, it is useful for making fixed loop.
Bowling, it is used for rescuing people.
Double figure 8, it is very useful knot for climbing. Tracker's hitch, it is used for securing loads on trucks. Taut line hitch, it is non-slipping adjustable loop knot hitch.
Timber hitch, it is used to attach a single length of rope to a cylindrical object.
Sheet bend, it is for uniting two ropes of different sizes. Correct bend, it is used for joining two lines. Reef knot is a simple binding knot used to secure a rope.
Fireman's chair knot, a handcuff knot with two adjustable loops in opposing directions.
Fisherman knot consists of two overhand knots.
Glove hitch can be used for temporary hold.
Zeppelin bend knots. It is reliable bend that can be untied even after being heavily loaded while still under load.
Round turn and two half hitch used to secure the end of the rope to a fixed object.
Ship shank is widely used by sailors for uniting two ropes of different sizes.
So, we're gonna talk about the basic tools in navigating. So, in the handout presented, the first one is the compass. As you can see, here are the parts of the compass. So, what is the importance of a compass? If you want to have a specific location detected, or if you want to go, or if you want to have a specific coordinates of your location, and also have a detailed markings, this is the thing for you. If you keep on practicing this item, you will sure master it. So second one is the paces. Paces is basically when you're using your feet rather, in order for you to mark your locations, to mark your destinations, and also by remembering this, you have a way to go back and forth for wherever you want to. The third one is when it's nighttime, you're gonna use the stars. So what you're gonna do is find the Polaris, or also called the North Star, and after that, you are basically right into your destination. So how about daytime? What you're gonna do is you're gonna use the sun. How about it? So by using the sun, you can actually determine where is the east and west and north and south by sticking a stick on the ground. So that's it. That is the 4 things that you're gonna have, or the basic tools in navigating when you're camping. Just remember this and practice it so you can, go back to the destination where you want to, or move on and start looking for a new location.
Hi guys! So for this video, I'm going to discuss the medical essentials used in camping. So without further ado, let's get started. So for our first medical essential, we have the moleskin. Moleskin is often used on the feet to keep the skin from scratching against the shoes or against itself. It may also aid in the cushioning of the foot. Next is the anti-inflammatory. Anti-inflammatory medicine helps to minimize the inflammation, and it also helps to relieve the pain. Next is the anti-diarrhea. Anti-diarrhea medicine helps to stop the flow of the intestines. Next is the eye drops. Eye drops are used to keep the eyes moist and provides a temporary relief from discomfort. Next is the sterile gauze. Sterile gauze is used to treat minor to moderate cuts, burns, scrapes, and other wounds. It also keeps dirt and debris out of the cut, which can cause infection. Next is the waterproof adhesive tape. It is used to attach bandages, gauze, and other dressings to skin around wounds. Next is the band-aids. Bandage protects the wound and scalp from friction, bacteria, damage, and dirt. Next is the butterfly bandages. It is used to close deep laceration and to heal major cuts. Next is the antiseptic wipes. It can be used to clean wounds, help perform a sterile catheter procedure, and prepare skin for surgery. And lastly, we have the electrolyte tablets. It is used to treat or prevent low amounts of potassium in the blood. So that's it guys. I hope you've learned something from me. Thanks for watching.
Good day everyone. I'm Russell Diauste, and for this video I will discuss about what are the tools essentials for camping. So number 1 is duct tape. Hindi siya yung pangkaraniwang tape na nakikita natin. Siya sa makakapal at magdidikit na tape, kaya ginagamit siya sa pagbabalot ng kahon like balikbayan box. Ginagamit din to pag may butas yung bubong ng tent nyo. Number 2 is tweezers. Kung makikita nyo sa picture, sobrang familiar na sa inyo to. Madalas tong ginagamit kapag magbubunot kayo ng buhok sa armpit. Ginagamit din to sa pagkuha ng mga maliliit na bagay. Next is safety pins. Maraming bagay ang pwedeng magpagamitan nito, like pag yung dress mo o palda mo walang zipper, pwede mo itong gamitin. At pag sa mga kurtina, pwede nyo itong gamitin para maisara yung kurtina at marami pang iba. Next is needle with thread. Siyempre ginagamit ito sa pagtatahi ng mga nasirang tela o damit. Next is medical gloves. Ginagamit ito para maprotektahan ng ating kamay o sarili sa maduduming bagay. Madalas na makikita ito na suot ng mga nurse o doktor. Last is waterproof matches. Nagamit to kahit basa o tuyo yung lugar. Kaya maganda magdala nito sa camping, lalo na pag may emergency.
So we're moving on to the next topic. Our topic is all about preventive measure in camping. When camping, do not approach wild animals because they can hear noises and it's very dangerous. Critters are very small. You have to look closely at what you are doing through or touching because sometimes critters are also dangerous. Beware of insects because they also bite and it can cause allergic reaction. Use sunscreen and sunglasses to avoid sunburn and eye pain. We need to bring friends in hiking because sometimes it's not safe to hike if you're alone because when something bad happens, no one will help you. Be careful with gas canister because it can be extremely hazardous when we misuse or abuse. It may cause fire and effects to your lung because of chemical smell. Smoking needs your help preventing wildfires. That's why we need to bring fire extinguisher.
Ang susunod ay choose the perfect and safest destination. Siguraduhing secure o walang peligro ang pupuntahan. Next, bring communication tools. Kailanganin natin tong komunikasyon sakaling magkaroon ng aksidente. Sunod, bring your first aid and safety gears. Ang first aid ay magagamit kung sakaling magtamo ng sugat o sakit. Ang safety gears ay ang nagsisigurado na tayo ay ligtas parati.
So we're going to learn about the first aid application for camping safety. First is the cuts and scrapes. If you have a cuts or scrapes or your friend has it, these are the proper things you should do. Sit the casualty down and temporarily protect the wound by covering it with a clean piece of gauze. So before you clean the wounds, make sure to wash your both hands thoroughly to avoid infections. Rinse the wound under the running water until it is clean, unless a clot has started to form and you feel it would be better to leave it, as washing it would cause it to start bleeding again. In the case of scrapes, where there is more chance of being dirt and germs present, further clean the wound by using wet cotton wool. Example, you have a wound over here. Avoid cleaning it at the center. Always clean away from the center of the wounds outwards. And lastly, make sure to dry the area of the wound and place dressing over it. Never dress a wound in a cotton wool or anything fluffy. Next is insect bites and stings. If there is sting left on the skin, remove it with a pair of tweezers. Hold the tweezers as close as possible on the skin and pull the sting out. Avoid squeezing the sac at the top of the sting, as this will force more poison into the casualty. Next, apply a cold compress to the site of the bite or sting to reduce both pain and swelling. If a bite is more serious, then bleeding will have to be controlled by putting a direct pressure on it, covering it with a firm and dressing, and refer to a hospital.
Another way of treating insect bites and stings is to rest the injured part. If the pain and swelling persist or worsen over the next few days, seek for professional help. If a person is stung in the throat, give them ice cubes to suck or plenty of cold water to drink and seek urgent professional medical help. Burns and scalds are damage to the skin usually caused by heat. Both are treated in the same way. A burn is caused by dry heat, by an iron or fire, for example. A scald is caused by something wet, such as hot water or steam. Ways to treat this injury: cool the burnt area immediately by holding the injured part under cold running water for at least 10 minutes to reduce the pain and limit the extent of the burn. This will remove the heat from the injury and can help prevent scarring later. If this is not possible, immerse the injured part in a bowl or bath of cold water. Next is quickly but carefully remove any rings, watches, and tight clothing from the injured area before any swelling develops. Protect the injury by placing a sterile dressing over it, large enough to cover the area completely without the dressing sticking to the injury. If there are any blisters, do not attempt to burst them. If the area of the injury is more than 2.5 cm or 1 inch square or caused by an electrical current, seek professional medical help. Watch for the signs and symptoms of shock: pale and cold, clammy skin, profuse sweating, nausea, faintness, increasing of pulse rate, shallow and rapid breathing. If present, seek professional medical help immediately.
Hi guys, so for this video, we're going to discuss the primitive methods of fire making. So without further ado, let's get started. Friction base. It is probably the most difficult of all non-match methods. Actually, there are different techniques you can use to make a fire with friction. But the most important aspect is the type of wood you're going to use for the fireboard and spindle. So what are the different methods of fire making? First is the hand drill. Using a hand drill is one of the most simplest friction methods. but high speed can be difficult to maintain because only the hands are used to rotate the spindle. It works best in dry climates. Next is the fire flow, a stick which is rubbed in a groove of a board to produce fire.
So we're moving on to the fire saw. Fire saw is generate the required heat through friction between two pieces of wood. A glowing hot ember is first produced, which is then placed into a tinder bundle and gently blown until the flame is produced. It uses sawing motion rather than drilling motion. Lens base is used magnifying glass. It starts a fire through the use of heat from the sun. This is done by positioning the glass so that the sun rays pass through the lens, forming a small point of light on a pile of dry kindling.
Let's move on to laying a campfire. But first, what is the importance of campfire? Campfire is very important because it keeps you warm at night when hiking or camping, and also it's a very valuable heat source when cooking. Now, in the presented handout, we have 3 things in this list. The first one is the A-frame, second one is the TP, and the third one is the log cabin. These 3 campfires is very simple to make because it's only use a stick, some sticks, some tinder, and a matchsticks. That's all you need to make this campfire. And also, these 3 types of campfire, you are able rather to control how big the fire you want to be. That's it.